All right, so you've got your hands on the new reMarkable Paper Pro, and you're ready to turn it into the ultimate focused PDF workstation. We're skipping the basics today. You want the pro workflow, so let's dive right in and get you managing your documents like an expert. In this explainer, we're going to build out your entire PDF workflow in 4 quick steps. We'll kick things off by getting files from your Mac and Google Drive onto the device. First, we'll use the cloud, and then I'll show you a powerful offline method for when you're on the move. And to finish, we'll unlock some pro-level tips for marking up your documents and even speeding them up.
First things first, you got to master the transfer. I mean, whether your PDFs are sitting on your MacBook or they're tucked away in Google Drive, getting them onto your reMarkable has to be fast and totally frictionless. Okay, let's start with the most straightforward, officially supported methods. These are designed to be completely seamless, and they're perfect for your day-to-day workflow. As long as you've got an internet connection.
Honestly, for just everyday use, it doesn't get much simpler than this. reMarkable's own apps are built to be the most reliable and easy way to move your files, so they should really be the first tool you reach for. So for those files on your MacBook, the desktop app is going to be your best friend. The process is exactly what you see here. First, you pop open the app. Then, find the folder where you want the document to end up. And finally, you just drag the PDF right from your Finder into the app window. It's really that simple. The file then syncs over Wi-Fi to your device pretty much instantly. And what about your cloud files? Well, the Google Drive integration is just as smooth. Now, the most important tip here is that there's a one-time setup. You have to go to the my.remarkable.com website first to turn on the integration. You only have to do this once. After that, you just go to the integrations menu right on your reMarkable, log in, and bam, you have direct access to pull any file you want from your drive.
Okay, so the cloud is great, but what happens when you're not on a Wi-Fi network you trust, or maybe you're completely offline? Let's get into your power user backup plan, direct transfers. I mean, this is a situation every reMarkable owner runs into sooner or later. You're on a plane, you're in a cafe with terrible internet, or a file is just being stubborn and won't sync. How do you get that critical document onto your device right now?
The answer is the USB web interface. It's such a brilliant feature. Basically, your reMarkable hosts its own tiny, private website that only your computer can access over the USB cable. This creates a direct physical link for file transfers, completely bypassing the need for Wi-Fi or the reMarkable cloud. Let's walk through it because it's surprisingly easy. First, just connect the cable. Next, on your reMarkable, you'll navigate to Settings, then Storage, and just toggle on the USB web interface. Then, on your Mac, open any web browser you want and go to this address, 10.11.99.1. A simple upload page will appear and you can drag and drop your files right onto it. Now, you might see this screen and think it looks a little complicated, but it's actually super simple. This is where you can find advanced stuff like your SSH password. But for what we're doing, the only thing you need to know is that the USB IP address is always 10.11.99.1. You never have to look it up. Just type it into your browser and you're good to go.
So which method should you use, and when? Well, this table breaks it down. If you've got Wi-Fi and you're grabbing stuff from Google Drive, Cloud Sync is perfect. But if you're offline or you just need a guaranteed fast transfer for a smaller file, the USB interface is definitely your best bet. Just remember that 100 megabyte file size limit and the fact that you have to flip it on for each session. And for those of you who really want to go deeper, the fun doesn't stop there. The reMarkable community has built some incredible tools. This includes plugins for Calibre, which is a super popular ebook management app, and even the ability to use SSH, a secure command line connection for things like automated transfers. We won't dive into all that today, but it's just awesome to know that level of customization is even possible. Now that you're an expert at getting PDFs onto your device, let's talk about what happens next. It's time to turn those static documents into active, annotated workspaces.
The reMarkable gives you this fantastic toolkit for annotation. And yeah, beyond just writing on the page, the highlighter is especially satisfying. It intelligently snaps to the lines of text, so you get these perfectly clean marks. And hey, don't forget the other tools. You can adjust the view to fit the page, rotate to landscape for wider stuff, and even apply a contrast filter to make faint or old text way more readable. But sometimes you'll import a PDF and find that turning pages feels sluggish or laggy. It's a common frustration, and a user on Reddit put it perfectly. Lesson learned, if the file is slow, it's the file, not the reMarkable. This is so key. The problem usually isn't the device itself, but how the PDF was made in the first place. So the big question is, do you just have to live with it? Absolutely not.
There are some simple, super effective ways to fix these problem files and get a much smoother experience. Here are 2 fantastic pro tips that will fix those slow PDFs. First, there's the resaving trick. On your Mac, open the slow file and just use the Print to PDF function. This forces your Mac to create a brand new, clean version of the file, which often strips out all the complex code that was causing the lag. The second trick is to pre-render the pages. When you open the PDF on your device, immediately switch to the page grid view. Let it sit for a moment to load all those little thumbnails. This preloads each page into memory, so when you go back to reading, navigation will feel instantaneous. And there you have it. You've mastered cloud syncing and offline transfers, and you're armed with annotation tools and performance hacks. You now have the complete toolkit to make your reMarkable a true PDF powerhouse. You've officially gone beyond the basics and learned the workflows that really set power users apart. So the only question left is, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to be annotating complex research papers, marking up architectural plans, or maybe even building your own hyperlinked planners? The possibilities are now wide open.